Well, I mean, bloodletters are good for generally soaking, well, dealing with setup teams in particular, and for nuking like sub tier 2 commanders like the librarian or rear boy, since you can use it drain life and then jump in and pretty much finish them off. But plague marines are just generally a lot more durable and gives you indirect map control, and their upkeep is sort of high, but they don't die a lot, so you know, gives you good map control and durability on the battlefield.
Gotcha. And so it looks like you're taking a few pot shots right now. That Sentinel there is being snared a little bit by the Plague Marines. And by the way, also another little detail to point out here. You went with the Tzeentch upgrade and the Khorne upgrade for both of your starting Chaos Marines. Do you normally do that, or do you sometimes double up with one or the other?
Well, I've been a bit stupid lately. I've definitely underestimated the Khorne Marines. I absolutely love them. They're super good. They're like really cheap for their cost and efficiency. But you know, they don't beat regular dedicated melee. But you know, against IG, who doesn't have a super dedicated melee, except for Ogrins, really don't put up a super. They have a pretty low damage output, you know. So I just love Khorne Chaos Space Marines, and Tzeentch Marines are good for the backup, really.
Nice.
And kills commanders really good.
And I just noticed right now, also at the exact same time, you double upgraded Eternal War in both your Chaos Space Marines. Is there any timing in general that you're looking for when you decide in the game that you need that? Or
well, since the damage increase is only like Eternal War only grants you a bit of damage increase, but you know, if you get the Khorne Marines, you get an entirely different new role. They become more durable melee fighters, and the damage bonus is just a nice touch to it, sort of ish.
Sounds good. And here we can see this is the kind of charge that you're looking out for. So this is a real problem because the Ogrins can counter your AV to some extent, or at least they can keep them busy. And the Chimera right now is just kind of roaming around doing whatever it wants. So how are you planning on dealing with this? This definitely looks like the game is in cozNemOK's favor right now. He's got that nice combination of Ogryn and Chimera.
First of all, I need to get my army back together in one big blob, to say, and then I'll pretty much see if I can seal the deal, because a well-synergized Chaos army will be a well-organized, synergized IG army, pretty much. IG needs to tend to rely out a bit more on the map control issue kind of thing, more than actual big confrontations.
Gotcha. And here we can see, it looks like, man, those Ogrins are just going to town right now, doing some pretty good work right now. Oh! I just saw a nice little blood sacrifice there. That certainly will turn the tables on the Ogrins for sure. We can see that's going to cause a retreat right then. And also they were taking quite a bit of damage there from the Tzeentch upgrade as well on the Chaos Space Marines. So up north we can see that your Plague Marines here, again, you're just kind of fighting all over the map right now. It's pretty cool. Your Plague Marines right now are putting a little bit of pressure on this Chimera, but it looks like he's just going to be able to back out of range perhaps.
Yeah, it just puts a lot of... I'm stalling it from getting the right-hand side of the map, which is essential right now for my game, because I need the requisition and the little power, which is +5, and map control, really. Losing the right-hand side will probably lose me the game, so I need to make sure that the Chimera doesn't do anything stupid like push me back.
Gotcha. Good reaction. Unfortunately, the retreat path brought you through it, but I saw you retreated instantly upon seeing the flares from that creeping Basilisk barrage. Were you just happening to watch that, or how do you keep track of that sort of stuff? That was good.
No, I was just tabbing in between, and then I saw the Basilisk creeping barrage was popping, so I was like, oh, I have to get away from it. Even though I took one loss of the Plague Marines, and that definitely sets me back a bit. I think they cost like 62 and 62 requisition and 5 power. That's a lot for Chaos, but though it was just one model.
And here we can see, again, you had a nice little slingshot attack there where you just kind of worshipped and threw both of your fully upgraded Chaos Space Marines right up here. And it looks like just driving back cozNemOK completely here. It seems like when you, like you were saying, when you actually ball up your troops in one big blob and throw it at his blob, he kind of crumbles pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty much it.
That was pretty good. So now we see the Bloodletter coming out, so that's pretty interesting. So in a lot of ways, I would have normally thought like, oh, that seems like kind of a late Bloodletter, only because I see so many games where people, their only goal in the entire game is to get a Bloodletter out as fast as they possibly can before their opponents have any sort of anti-vehicle stuff. What is your, what is the purpose of your Bloodletter here, and how are you hoping to use it?
Well, I was still struggling a bit with killing the Chimera, so I didn't want to invest in a hard counter like this, Siege Havocs or anything. So I decided, oh, why not just get a Blood Crusher instead, because it ties up. If I can get the snare off on the Chimera, it can pretty much finish off Chimera, you know, the Blood Crusher.
Nice. Again, we see some good-looking worship going on here. Just a little bit of micro. Not an all-out attack just yet, but now we see the Blood Crusher move on in, and it looks like you're getting a shot on, and just like that, you've got a nice little, just got a little bit of a snare going off on the Chimera as the Blood Crusher is just charging in on top of that guy. But now you're fighting all over the map right now.
Yeah, I know getting the snare on the Chimera is gonna leave him vulnerable because the Chimera, I mean, the Blood Crusher is really fast, and here the Blood, I'm a bit lucky here. The Plague Marines explode and cause knockback and slow the Ogrins, which leaves my Khorne on Chaos Space Marines to pretty much finish Ogrins off.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Okay, so you basically just wiped the Ogrin squad right there in one big attack, with worship going off with the explosions from the Plague Marines and the Khorne Chaos Space Marines up there. Meanwhile, on the northern side of the map, I just barely got to zoom in there in time to catch the Blood Crusher, finishing it off. And now you are in that position. So I noticed, by the way, that he got the he went with the autocannon upgrade, which was pretty interesting. But now you're in that coveted position that all Chaos players like, where you're stuck in front of his base and he basically has no anti-vehicle stuff. And unfortunately, he does the right move, which is getting the autocannon in the tower. But for a little while there, you just had free reign of his base practically.
Yeah, autocannons I need to get away from the base, obviously, because autocannons got the buff and they're really, really good at killing Blood Crushers in general now. So yeah, getting away there.
Yeah, I see a lot of people using them more and more frequently, but it looks like you're making good use of your downtime here, capping victory points, gen bashing, and generally just kind of spreading out with your army here. Again, I can see the Chaos Lord out here by himself, way on the left with the Blood Crusher. This poor Lord General is all alone.
Yeah, I noticed that my Chaos Lord can't kill the Guardsman and the Lord General alone, so I had to send the Blood Crusher to help. Gotcha.
Nice looking charge there too, getting all of them. Really doing a bunch of damage there. His Guardsman squad does have plasma rifles and all that, but it doesn't matter. You're just going to go to town on that and maybe even take out that Commissar? Nope. Just going to wreck away at the rest of the squad there. But things are looking really good, so what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I think it was pretty much game at this point, but you can never know for sure with IG. They might have some tricks up their sleeves. So I was just going to consolidate on my advantage right now with killing the Chimera and the Ogrins. So I had to, like, yeah, what can I do? I've killed so many, like, vital units for him. And I got the Requisition and the power and the map control, so tier 3, why not?
Stuff's looking good, might as well go tier 3. I was surprised by his choice here, so he got a second heavy weapon squad. Any insight as to what he was trying to do with that?
Well, I think he definitely underestimated my Khorne Chaos Space Marines and my Chaos Space Marine setup, really. So he needs the setup, I mean the suppression, really. But otherwise, autocannons, you know, since he's got those on the other heavy weapons team as well, deals a lot of damage on Chaos Space Marines, since we don't have any heal or anything on the field.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is really powerful. I'm having fun seeing Imperial Guard players slowly adapting to that ever since patch 3.14 that kind of changed how they work. And now we even see a second Chimera coming out right now. But really the game is more or less even at this point. So he's lost both of his Sentinels. He's replaced them with heavy weapon squads. He lost a Chimera, replaced it, and you instead have turned your advantage into tier 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, but you have total map control and all that. I didn't mean even in that sense. But and just a beautiful, beautiful looking Let the Galaxy Burn right now coming out of that Armor of the Inferno right there. That was pretty destructive right there. You almost took out that entire Guardsman squad.
Yeah, this was pretty much my all-in charge here, and I'm just gonna finish it off now, knowing that it's in a vulnerable state here.
Yeah, really, really super aggressive again. This is the kind of attacks that I'm getting more and more used to seeing you do, where you just kind of notice that the timing is right and you just throw everybody in. And I think it catches a lot of players off guard to see what looks like a very spontaneous yet coordinated attack. And you just inflicted so many casualties right then. You killed a Guardsman squad, you killed the Chimera, and you almost killed his hero. Looks like we have a little bit of creeping Basilisk here on the retreat. Oh, just barely getting out of there. Oh, taking a little bit of losses there, but it doesn't matter. You're capping the center of the map right now. You've got pretty good advantage. That's looking pretty good. That style of attack is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I had my Plague Marines on the left-hand side as well, so I was like, yeah, gonna go here. I had a like perfect opportunity to finish the game. I also used the malignant blindness. I'm not sure if it even worked though. I think it did a bit of help though.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell that so well in the replay or not. Maybe if I was watching his without Fog of War or something, but no, that's pretty cool.
It can screw up a bit on the unit firing thingy. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. It's like units pop up a bit here and there, sort of. You know where they are, but
yeah, their targeting their auto targeting gets kind of messed up. Yeah, that's a really good point to make, is that you're firing off Malignant Blindness at the same time that you're doing your worship and slingshotting your whole army into their army, and it just catches them completely off guard in all of the ways. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and also at this point I was planning on getting a great unclean one, just because for the lulz.
Oh, just because you got enough there? Oh yeah, look at that, you're totally saved up for that. And the game is over, so I'm guessing at that point he just quit out?
Yeah, it was over. He conceded at that point.
And that was
he couldn't do anything.
Man, so that's a really good game out there. So do you have any parting advice to aspiring Chaos players or anything like that, or what do you think the takeaway from this game is?
Wow, advices? Use worship.
Yeah.
A lot more. It's really awesome. And use the shrines, particularly the corn ones.
Yeah, the corn shrine is awesome. I was just in one of the Newbie Tuesday casts I just recently did with Old Blood and Guts. He was just saying how he thought the corn shrine was one of his favorite things. I think his only complaint about the corn shrine was that you get unit losses for it on the score screen.
Yeah, but
you know, if you don't care about that, whatever. You know, if it spawns a bunch of demons the entire game, then they all count as losses for you. But whatever, it's score.
And I can also mention that if you do plan on getting shrines, try and get them. Don't build them all at the same time, because since they spawn on the like 2 bloodletters every 30 seconds, if you build 2 at the same time, like you only have 4 bloodletters for a short period of time. It's better if you build them somewhere in between, so you'll always have bloodletters nearby.
Gotcha. Stagger them so they spawn constantly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
That's a good idea.
Nice. That's pretty good there. So, yeah, I really enjoyed talking to you today. Thank you very much for sharing some more. I'm sure we'll get to hear more from you in the future. As I was telling you beforehand, you were like one of the most requested Meet the Players that people wanted to hear more about. So I was very happy to be able to meet up with you today. I know it is 6 hours ahead in Sweden right now, so you were in the future, sir.
The future sucks. It's cold.
Cold in Sweden. Anyhow, yeah, well, I'll get a chance to talk to you next time. But for everyone out there watching this, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was Meet the Players. Which number are we at? Number 3. Meet the Players, number 3. It's always important to know your numbers here. Once again, I'm Harlequin. He's Caeltos. Look for him at GameReplays.org, where he's a strategy specialist. He's got lots of good replays up there. And if you enjoyed this, as always, please feel free to subscribe. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.